All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the partner webinar of today about the topic of accelerating smart building cases with disruptive technologies and akenza. My name is Fabian. I'm the product manager of akenza, and I'm also your moderator of today's session. What are we gonna check today? So we're gonna get further insight about disruptive technologies as a company, about their product offering and the applications that they're focusing on. Furthermore, you're going to hear a customer case from Georg Fischer, which is actually executing customer cases with disruptive technology sensors together with the akenza platform. And last but not least, we're going to have a Q&A session. So we have enough time planned there. So therefore, please add all your questions here in Zoom in the Q&A field, and we will try to answer all your incoming questions. All right, let's get started with the second part about disruptive technologies. Morten, the stage is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me, Fabian. I'm Morten from Disruptive Technologies, and I'm responsible for marketing with partners in Europe and the US. I've been in DT for almost a year now, and my background is in marketing with tech and IT companies. I'm based here in Oslo, Norway, where we have our main office. So DT was founded in 2013, but the first products came on the market in 2019. We are a Norwegian company and we design our products here, but our products are produced in Germany and our current markets are Europe and the US. And we have an office in London and one in Atlanta and two here in Norway. So we develop the world's smallest wireless sensor. And it's this small. So it can easily be retrofitted into an office space and buildings. And it has up to 15 years of battery life in this small thing. So it's actually hassle-free as well. And these sensors can deliver data on temperature and humidity, detect water if a door is open or closed, and the bigger sensors can measure CO2 levels in an office space, or if a meeting room is vacant or occupied. The sensors are connected to a cloud connector, a gateway to our cloud, and it's this one. And you can access the data in the cloud through our software, DT Studio, or with platforms like the akenza platform. The data can be used in many different use cases in buildings and office spaces. It can trigger alerts, notifications, or other immediate actions, or it can be stored and made into reports and used for trend analytics. So together with our partners, DT is collecting millions of data points from buildings, assets, and indoor spaces, and saving thousands of dollars every single day. So we have here some use cases that we do with our sensors, and they can be solved with the sensors and the DT Studio software. I'm gonna present 4 of those today. Environmental monitoring. So the workplace environment is very important, and you need data to check the status of the office environments. Data like ambient temperature, relative humidity, and indoor CO2 levels. And this will help you understand the comfort level of the employees, and you can take actions if the level is not what it should be. Office space occupancy and the room utilization. So it's also important to understand how office environments are used to achieve the optimal mix of desk areas, walking zones, social zones, and meeting rooms. And to get that clear view of office utilization, you can use a combination of door activity data and motion detectors to register room occupancy. For door activities, we use the proximity sensor in the door frame. That's about this size. And for room occupancy, we use the new motion sensors mounted in the ceiling. So that's a bigger, slightly bigger sensor using infrared light. So these sensors can tell you about the usage of the meeting rooms, and maybe you should do something else with that area. Property damage protection. The water detection sensors can be used both by construction sites and in buildings. And the system can trigger an alarm when water has been detected. And this will help you discover water leakages early, before the damage has been done. And the humidity sensors can also be placed at critical sites to measure humidity trends over time and detect where the risk of mold or corrosion is highest. And this makes it a lot easier to do maintenance, as the sensors replace a lot of the time spent on routine checks. And the fourth is tenant feedback. And the touch sensors are used to create feedback panels as they act like a button. And the button can trigger many kinds of actions in your system, and you can have various rules for when it should trigger an action. And with customized feedback panels, your employees and customers can order service just by touching a button. Cleaning needed, printer is out of ink, or a smiley face button like this. I was happy with the service level today. So moving on to the partner use cases. Our partners are our extended arm in the market, and they add unique value to our solution. Akenza has integrated their platform with our cloud service so that you can have all the data from the buildings and office into one platform with analytics, visualization, and integration to other systems. Partners also add their own services on top of ours with the help of advanced data analytics. And I want to highlight 3 use cases today: smart cleaning, desk occupancy, and Legionella compliance. And smart cleaning is all about allocating resources where it's needed based on usage. And by cleaning a bit smarter, the potential for saving time, money, and environmental footprint is huge. A proximity sensor placed on a door frame can count how many times a door has been opened and closed during the day. And placed on restroom doors, we can get data that tells us about the usage of each toilet on each floor, which is very valuable data for the cleaners. And they can clean based on usage instead of cleaning based on a schedule. The restroom that needs it should be cleaned more often. And why clean a meeting room that no one has used? The system counts the number of times during the day and sends a notification to the cleaners when a restroom has been used, let's say 20 times during the day. And that makes the building cleaner with less effort. Desk occupancy combined with meeting room occupancy can give you a good picture of the usage of your office space. And desk occupancy is using a small wireless temperature sensor underneath each desk. And it registers the body heat of a person sitting there. Yeah, it's actually that accurate as well. And since the sensors are so small and wireless, they are not intrusive to the employees using the desks. And this solution makes you able to do decisions based on data regarding the redesign of office layouts, downsizing, or acquiring more space. Making the office layout optimal is important for cutting costs and improving the productivity and office environments. And finally, Legionella compliance. So Legionella is a waterborne bacteria that can cause a lethal illness. The bacteria multiplies if the water remains stagnant between 18 and 48 degrees for a prolonged period. And in many countries, the legislation for Legionella monitoring is strict. Facilities managers must regularly flush all the taps and check their temperature, which takes up a lot of time. It is wasteful, and also it can be inaccurate. And again, sensors can help you do less maintenance. So by measuring the water temperature in the pipes using sensors, You will know which pipes are in the critical temperature range, and you can focus your resources on these areas instead of conducting numerous routine checks and flushing all the taps. You will also get it documented, which is important for some countries. So, summary, overall, these sensors can help you with the daily operations. You will get insights into the building and office environment and be able to make decisions based on data. The sensors are plug and play. They are really easy to install. Just peel off the adhesive on the backside and stick it where you want it placed. They are affordable. The sensors give you more data points than other sensors, and our customers report great returns from their projects. And we have a complete sensor suite with one gateway. All of our sensors connect to the same gateway, this one, and offer a complete sensor range for buildings and offices. And we give you valuable and reliable data points. The sensors are very accurate and provide unique data points that are vital for decision making. And we say that the starting point for safe, smart, sustainable buildings is these IoT sensors. The reason we do this is to boost productivity and sustainability in buildings and office spaces. So over to you, Fabian.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Morten. Thanks for sharing those insights about your product, the application, and also the approach, how you execute them on the market. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
So then let's move on to the customer case of Georg Fischer, and let's hear that story about their project from Milan. Milan, welcome.
Hi everyone. Thanks, Fabian, for the invite. Hi everyone, my name is Milan Savic. I am a solution architect and technical project lead here at GF. So one of the projects that I'm responsible of is the high-clean automation system product that you will see later. Now, a little bit about the company itself. Georg Fischer was founded more than 200 years ago, in 1802 to be more precise, and currently is present in 41 countries, and we have more than 15,000 employees worldwide. As for our domain, we can divide, Georg Fischer consists out of 3 divisions: piping systems, casting solution, and machining solution. Machining solution provides precise tools and machines that are used in industry. Casting solutions provide different casting products for different industries, like, for example, automotive. And piping systems provide piping solution and also automation systems for both industry and building technology, so both industry and residential use. And what we can see on the next slide is our test bench. And here I will explain you just shortly what our test bench is, why we used the Disruptive Technology sensors, and what was our research aimed for. So what were the goals of our research and what we did with Disruptive Technology sensors. So first about the test bench. So the test bench consists out of high-clean automation system. It is a system for controlling hot water delivery. It enables us to prevent, as Morten already mentioned, Legionella. So we are preventing occurrence of Legionella in pipes by distributing hot water and by balancing the temperature of water in pipes. And also beside the Legionella case, we are optimizing water and energy consumption in buildings. So that is one part of our system, of our test bench. And the other part is actually a set of pipes, valves, a set of pipes and valves that are different diameters, different lengths, so that we can simulate real life use case in one building. So these two things combine together, so the high-clean automation system and the test bench itself, they create a reference system. So as close as possible to something in real life, and how water delivery would look like in a real building. Why we use sensors from Disruptive Technology? We use them because, first of all, they are easy to use, wireless. And for us, something very important is that they are already integrated in akenza. And that is important for us because we are using akenza in our production. So this was a huge plus for us. Regarding our research, we can divide it into 3 use cases. So the first use case would be replacing conventional with wireless sensors. So here we are researching and looking into how we can replace the conventional sensors that are intrusive with the wireless ones. With that, we can save time in the installing process, and also we can easily replace sensors that are broken, or we can easily add new sensors to the system if we want to, because they are non-intrusive and they can easily be replaced, removed, or new ones can be added. The second case would be monitoring of existing systems that don't have currently high clean, but will have high clean in the near future. So here our aim is to measure with DT sensors existing systems that don't have high clean. We gather the data, and when the time comes to install high clean in that particular system, we already have all the necessary info how we can make our system even more efficient with those information, how we can set the high clean itself so that it is even more efficient. And last but not least is the use case where we are using proximity sensors as a temper sensor. So just to give you a little bit of a context, our system has a controlling unit that has a screen. And through the screen, you can control the functions of the system. And by attaching a proximity sensor, we are able to notify our customers if somebody is accessing the system without their knowledge. So through the rule engine of akenza and through the DT sensors, we are able to send notification to our customers if somebody is accessing the system.
All right, then I would suggest let's jump into the live demo and see how that looks in real life, right?
Yes. So here, me and Fabian will walk you through the process of how it looks to connect the Disruptive Technology sensors, integrate them with akenza, and how to visualize data. So the first step is to connect your DT sensors with the DT Studio, with the Disruptive Technology Studio. And after the sensors are sending data and are connected, next step is connecting them with the akenza platform. For that, I would hand it over to you, Fabian.
Sure, thank you very much. So yeah, as Milan mentioned, the integration from the DT Studio to akenza is set quite easily when you go here to API integration and you set up a new webhook data connector, as we have done it here to akenza. So when you as a user are on the akenza environment, here you see the case from the organization level Georg Fischer with the test bench workspace. To connect that, let's jump to the data flow and let's connect the DT cloud to the platform. To do that, we have different device connectors, and one of them are the template from Disruptive Technologies. So by choosing the existing connector that we have set already, for example, here, that money disruptive, we have the technology type and the uplink URL with the included secret type. And that's actually the URL that you type in here on your connector as an endpoint URL. To proceed further, for payload parsing, you get guided to the device type. And to do so, you search for a disruptive sensor that we have available on our library. So in that example, I go for the humidity sensor. And now I'm getting processed to the output connectors. So here we offer various data sinks to process data to external third-party cloud services, such as Microsoft as an entry point to Azure IoT Hub, to the PubSub of Google, or Influx or Kinesis at Amazon. Or depends on your device type and your use case, you also can use notification services here on the data flow level. So either you want to send straight away an email, an SMS, or you want to inform your team to a Microsoft Teams channel or to a Slack channel. So once your data flow is created, which I'm not doing now because we have two already, the user jumps to the asset inventory. And that's the unified inventory where you see all the devices managed within that workspace. So in that test bench example, we have all those disruptive technology sensors here connected with the HTTP technology as stated, and we see the connectivity status on green means they're all online. Let's have a quick look on the device detail page. Just here about the data overview. The user can have a KPI board here where he sees certain trends and behavior of the available sensor of that device from the past 24 hours, but also having the possibility to visualize its data on the device level by, for example, selecting temperature in a specific time range here of 24 hours. That's about how devices get visualized and how they can be managed in the asset inventory. Furthermore, what Milan has set up for the test bench installation and what he was mentioning about the temper alert, on the rule level, there was a no-code rule set. We can check that about the manipulation alert. So what Milan has taken here is one proximity sensor as an input, a comparison block that says if touch is true, then do a certain alert. And that manipulation alert here gets triggered via an email to Milan and his colleague with specific text notification that gets sent as an email. So to visualize further your data, if that is not sufficient on the device level, on the akenza platform, you either choose as an output connector on data flow level these third-party integrations I've shown to you from these big brands I just presented, or you create an API key. So with REST API, we have done the setup here to visualize data further on the Power BI board. And that's the board that Georg Fischer is using on Power BI. So select on months on your certain day and also narrow it down on your on a certain time range, depends on your need. And Milan, you might add how you use it and for what purposes and why it is beneficial for you.
Okay, so I would just like to add and point from our side regarding this type of visualization tools. They are very important for us. In this case, this Power BI integration that akenza offers is very helpful to us to easily achieve converting data from a raw format into the human readable format, because in research or when doing a custom setup, it is very important to have some way of representing the data in a meaningful form. And for us, this was a very good solution because it required almost none of product development and development in terms of integrations and implementations of implementing user interface. So for us in research, and especially when we are assessing capabilities of the system, installing it in the test setups, this was of huge importance for us regarding this visualization, as well as some other advanced features, as Fabian already mentioned, like rule engine, which helped us achieve one of the cases that we wanted to implement. with virtually none of development needed. So everything was available for us out of the box. And this also applies for the previous talk about disruptive technologies. They already have the integration on the akenza. It was also for us very, very easy to integrate their sensors into our solution.
Right. Thanks for that and for that feedback. So always good to hear if customers feel it handy and comfortable to do such setups. Absolutely.
Okay, and now this is like a form of conclusion where I will tell you just shortly what goes for us when we finish some POC or demo of our research and we are transitioning to production. And after that, I will tell you what were the benefits of using disruptive technology sensors for us. When we finish our POC phase or we finish our implementation phase, we go to production. And for production, we are actually using a akenza-powered IoT solution that is, in terms of capabilities, same as what Fabian showed a minute ago. It is just different in terms of user interface, and it enables our customers to monitor and control the system remotely. So all the functionalities that are available on site are available also through cloud. And as you can see, these are some of the screenshots from the platform itself. So on the first screenshot, you can see temperature for 3 different sensors, and on the other, actually, you can see the screenshot. You can see the picture of our test bench. This is how it actually looks with the different lengths of pipes and different valves attached, and different temperature readings for each pipe. And now we can move to our benefits of using DT sensors in our case. So as Morten already mentioned, the small form and also ease of use for us meant we have a low installation effort because it is very easy to install them, and this compact footprint enabled us to attach the sensors in the right place so that we get the best readings, for example, from the temperature sensor, so that we get the best thermal conduction from the pipes. And this is very important. And also because they are wireless and they are non-intrusive sensors, it was really easy to attach them, and also in the future to maybe extend the system. Second benefit for us was, as I mentioned during the demo, no additional product development was required for us. So we had this rule engine, we have this integration with between the DT and akenza and Power BI. So we had no additional product development for our use case. And this third benefit is actually just a summary of the first 2 points. So when if you add up a low installation effort and no additional product development, we are able to install our system in the field in order to test it before HiClean is installed. So we can test the systems on which we will install HiClean with DT sensors very easily because they are easily mounted, and also we can monitor the results through Power BI really easily. And last but not least of the benefits would be for us akenza connectors. So we use the Power BI, and also in our project we also use Grafana, for example, as a connector. So for us, this means a lot to have this kind of connections out of the box where we can visualize data. That is on the visualization side, and on the other side, it is also nice to have already made integrations with sensors like disruptive technology sensors.
Great, thanks a lot, Milan, for sharing your journey during that development phase and how you use both worlds, like how you use the sensors, the integration, how you visualize data, and what flexibility is key for you in order to be successful when it comes to project execution. And I assume for sure internal projects, but also convincing your customers to have a productive rollout of the HiClean installation.
Yes, because it's actually improving our already existing process even more, so that we are even more optimized, and we can also provide our customers even better service with this kind of data.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, there is not even more to say when it comes to our conclusion. We really believe it's just the best of both worlds, from the hardware part, from disruptive technology with a smooth integration that DT offers to akenza, and on akenza, having the offer of centralized connectivity and device management and no-code processing to third-party applications, but also notification services and an advanced rule trigger to build your individual rule, whatever you need to get an alert or inform your team. Yeah, that was it already. We are at the end already, and I'm really looking forward to answer your questions. So just opening that and see what came in on here. So there was one question coming in from Georgie. He's asking, what are the opportunities for white labeling? Can we offer akenza to our corporate clients, commercial property owners, before we use white labeling? White labeling is, as of now, possible when it comes to the akenza solution for private customers. And in the future, we will also implement the feature for white labeling for the public cloud customers. So stay tuned for that, and for all related corporation topics, please get in touch with me directly, and we can discuss that further. There is another question also from Georgie. You're asking, what are the features, what analytic, what reports, what measure elements we provide to our customers? Not sure if I understand it correct. What I can share with you is, looking at the ecosystem of akenza, we provide multiple output connectors. So we do not care then in what kind of end application you visualize your data. It's just important to us that you can have a smooth and fast integration to external third-party applications, or as a data entry point, what you have also seen with Microsoft to Azure, at Google to PubSub, on Amazon to Kinesis. From there, from these entry points, it's up to you and with your flexibility to visualize your data in these environments. There is another question. What is the pricing for white labeling solution? Once that feature is available for the public cloud customers, you will get also informed about the pricing. All right. There is another question. What is the average implementation phase? And I'd like to address that question to Milan. Like, what is your experience when it comes to project execution from the start to the end? Let's say in average. It really depends, I would say, but maybe an average. Can you share more about that?
Well, in terms of setting up, for example, this setup for let's say assessing the system with DT sensors, I think it was the matter of hours, applying the sensors and connecting them. And in terms of going to production, our system is already out of the box ready. So basically, users are the ones who are activating our device and our system. So we have we have the personnel that is installing it, of course, because it is piping and you need to attach the valves and everything properly. But after that is done, and that is work that needs to be done, the system is already ready to go. So interesting thing is that no matter how many devices you attach in our system, it is provisioning itself on akenza. So you have like 10 devices, it will create 10 devices on its own. You attach 5 more, it will create 5 more. You remove 2, it will remove 2 from akenza. So that is something that our system is out of the box ready to be used on cloud.
So therefore, as a summary, you would say the project execution is quite short.
Yes,
due to that lean and quick integrations that you can do.
Yes, from my point of view, it is like that. If you ask people that are more in the building technology and in planning and doing the actual diagrams and actual piping diagrams and actual project, it takes time, but that is not our part. So this is more in the building domain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for that.
I agree on that, and I think it's all based on what kind of use case you have, because many of our customers, they install these themselves, and the cloud connector is just to plug it into a POC, and then you can just stick these sensors on what you are measuring. So within minutes, I say will be the best case, but that depends on the use case.
Yeah, absolutely. There is another question for you, Morten. Can you give us an idea of the price for each sensor and the implementation? How was security implemented in your solutions?
Yeah, so the price, again, that depends on what kind of partner you are buying this from, and maybe you have some prices for that, Fabian, that you can reveal. But I would say for each sensor it could be like around 40 euros, but that depends on the use case, that depends on how many you're buying, and also the services on top of the sensors, because you rarely use the sensors without some kind of service. And of course the sensors they come with the DT Studio, which is a software, so you can use it for a lot of use cases. But if you are in more advanced or integration or something like that, then that depends on what kind of partner and services you are buying.
Absolutely, yeah. And that question came from Mohammed, and he's adding one more question as an extra. So he's asking, how much can we extend our scenario? And I believe, Mohammed, you mean it's how is the scalability for the disruptive technology application?
So the sensors, they can be retrofitted into each building or office environments, and you can use them for a lot of different use cases, and they all of our sensors are connecting to this cloud connector, and the range of this is typically in a office environment, it's 100 meters. Within line of sight, it could be a lot more, but let's say 100 meters to be sure. And
right.
you can have thousands of these sensors attached to one cloud connector, and really it depends on the range instead of how many. It's really scalable.
It's the range, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And there is one other question that came in from Georgi. He's saying, how dependent is akenza to hardware provider? What happens if Disruptive Technologies stops develop their API for some reasons? Well, to give you there, Georgi, how dependent are we to hardware provider? frankly spoken, not really depend on, because we are agnostic to hardware changes. So if there is a hardware provider changing or not on the market anymore, and the end customer is using another hardware, we can integrate that if we have a payload parser of that device type. Depends on the technology of that device. So that is one thing as an answer. akenza is agnostic to such changes. And the second one is if there are just slight changes on the API, DT and akenza, they speak with each other, and we can adapt and make it possible to have still a smooth connection from the DT cloud to akenza. So that isn't a big deal. And I would say the bigger deal is if we talk about hardware manufacturers who are not on the market tomorrow anymore. So the customer needs a good replacement, right? One that is equal or even better. So with akenza, he is flexible and can adapt to such changes, as we can integrate any kind of sensors, also with multiple different protocols and connectivities.
Yeah, and we rarely do big changes to our API, and we are always doing it with our partners. So the connection to the partners are crucial for our solution. So that's a part of our solution.
Yeah, absolutely. And the same from our part, right? It's also crucial for our solution to guarantee those smart integrations with our partners. So absolutely. There is one more question that came in asking, we would like to install sensors to determine the temperature of refrigerated cabinets. Is this realistic in terms of the temperature range of -18 to +12 degrees and the battery of the sensor? Thank you. Morten, I'm sure you can give the appropriate answer to that.
Yeah, we have a lot of customers having that kind of use case, and we support that fully. Yeah. It's the range you are describing is well within our range. I think it's about +80 when it starts to fail, but we rarely have that kind of temperatures. And I think battery life will decrease or when it comes to a bit warmer or colder use cases, but not much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But cool that you can cover such cases.
Yeah, we have a lot of restaurants and hotels, and also in the health sector, refrigerating medicine and COVID vaccines, that kind of things. And they are using our sensors instead of the inbuilt sensors. Because,
right. Very nice. Good. And there is one last question. It's addressed to Milan. What kind of customers are using the HiClean Connect solution from Georg Fischer, and how do they use this application? May you share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, just to come back to a question that was a couple of minutes ago regarding the hardware. So our system, we have our own hardware that is developed and included into akenza. So we did the hardware development for our valves that have a different type of sensors, and our master board, and those are all connecting to the akenza cloud directly, and we integrated it in akenza. As for our clients, so it is very interesting that cloud gave a completely different dimension to how our clients are using the system, because what was the main problem, because our system is located in buildings, So it was a huge pain point for our customers that they had when they need to, as Morten before said regarding Legionella, it is heavily regulated. So they had to go, for example, from place to gather mandatory data and reports, just as an example. And now with cloud, they are able to do that from the cloud. And our customers that are using the HiClean Connect are usually customers that have a large amount of buildings, either residentials or hospitals that are far apart. And then, for example, across Germany, and then they are able to acquire data from each site without having the need and sending technical support to the site, and that saves them a lot of time and simplifies their maintenance process
and their life, their work process, immediate. Then really say immediate benefit from them, right? And time saving means also cost saving. Absolutely.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much. As a last information here, what you see already on that page, we offer a 20% discount. So get the Disruptive Technologies Sensor Starter Kit by applying that voucher code. It says akenza 22, and you will get immediately 20% off of your purchase. And that's the second thing on the akenza part for sure. Feel free to sign in under app.akenza.io, and you will get a 30-day free trial, so you can enjoy the platform with all the features available to you, and then setting up your case with the sensor starter kit from DT with the integration on akenza. Thank you very much for watching. We hope it was informative and good for you to be in that session. Drop a line to all of us if you have any questions. So we are available under ask@akenza.io, and we will provide you support. And also Morten will share here now in the chat his contact details to get in contact with Disruptive Technologies. So we really look forward to execute together with you upcoming projects, and are happy to support you. Have a really good day, and see you in the next webinar. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.